Imagine this. It's 2:14 a.m. You wake up because the fan stopped. Power's out. You grab your phone. No signal. No data. No Wi-Fi. You look outside. No streetlights. No cars. No city hum. Just silence. By morning, the taps run dry. By day 2, the ATMs are dead. By day 3, the supermarket looks like a zombie movie without the makeup budget. Empty shelves. Angry people. One guy trying to buy expired bread with a dead credit card. No internet. No fuel deliveries. No trucks. No logistics. Just you. Your home. And whatever you thought was enough. Here's the ugly truth. Most people die in that scenario, in a house full of stuff. Not because survival is impossible. Because they built their entire life on the assumption that the power never fails and the trucks never stop. This video is for the tiny minority that doesn't plan on being a statistic. Welcome to the survival base tier list. Alright, here's what this video is not. This is not a 10 cool survival hacks from movies compilation. This is a brutal breakdown of what actually makes a place survivable when things stop working. We're ranking survival bases from F tier to S tier based on 6 things: water, energy, security, sanitation, community, and psychology. And yes, this will insult your dream bunker, your city apartment, and your fantasy cabin. First, let's kill some Hollywood myths. In movies, people drink crystal clear river water and instantly feel refreshed. In reality, they get diarrhea, lose fluids, and die faster. Biology doesn't care how fresh it looks. In shows, someone fills a room with candles and warms up the house. Reality check. One candle is about 80 watts of heat. Your body is about 100 watts. You'd need dozens of candles to feel a difference, and a sealed room of open flames gives you carbon monoxide and low oxygen. Romantic, also potentially fatal. In games, people loot a supermarket 3 weeks into the apocalypse and still find canned food. Reality? Supermarkets are stripped in 1 to 3 days during regular panics. No trucks. No resupply. Game over. Here's what nobody tells you. Survival isn't about being tough or having a cool knife or owning a gun. It's about systems. How you get water. How you get calories. How you stay safe. Every day, under stress, for weeks or months. So let's rank the bases people fantasize about against how the real world actually works. Let's start at the bottom. F tier, the modern urban glass coffin. You know the kind. 20th floor apartment. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Smart everything. Nothing actually resilient. Looks great on Instagram. Collapses in 72 hours. Most apartments depend on electric pumps. No electricity, no water above a few floors. Gravity doesn't care about your rent. A human needs around 2 to 3 liters of water per day just to survive. More in hot weather. That's about 90 liters per person per month. Minimum. Most people have maybe 5 to 10 liters lying around. That's 2 to 3 days. Then what? While everyone else is Googling how to drink less water, your kidneys are quietly losing that fight. Food. Your fridge becomes a bacteria incubator within 24 to 48 hours without power. The danger zone is between 5 and 60 degrees Celsius. Bacteria can double roughly every 20 minutes in that range. That room temperature chicken after a few hours? Enjoy your diarrhea speedrun. Most city people have 2 to 5 days of food if they stretch it. And they think the government will send trucks. With what fuel? From which functioning distribution center? You think 20 floors up is safe. It's not safe. It's trapped. One staircase. Dead elevators. Nervous neighbors who suddenly realize they like your supplies more than they like you. You can't collect enough rain off a tiny balcony. You can't safely cook over open flame inside. You can't leave doors open for airflow because that's an invitation. Surrounded by dense, desperate people. No exit strategy. Psychologically, tactically, that's F tier. If you've made it this far, you're not average. Hit subscribe so you don't stay F tier when it counts. Now back to it. D tier time. Random rural house. Also known as, we'll just go to the village. This is the classic city delusion. We'll leave the city, go to some village house. It'll be peaceful. Here's what nobody tells you. Villages run on social networks. Not your city money. Not your vibes. Not your survival enthusiasm. Water? Maybe there's a well. Maybe there's municipal supply. If it's a hand pump, great. If it needs electricity, you're back where you started. You need to know how deep the water table is, how many liters per hour the well produces, Is it safe without treatment? Groundwater is often safer than river water, but not always. Fertilizer runoff, bacteria, industrial waste. The word village doesn't magically sterilize water. Food. Villages don't have secret infinite grain reserves for urban refugees. Farming is math. One adult needs around 2,000 to 2,500 calories per day. 1 acre of decent grain might feed a few people for a year. That assumes you have seeds, tools, and months of time. You can't decide to be a farmer the day after a collapse. While everyone else is planning to just get food from farmers, the farmers know the land, know their neighbors, and know exactly who doesn't belong. You are not walking into S tier by showing up with a backpack and confidence. Psychology and security? You're the outsider. You bring no proven value, no trust, no history. That means you get the worst deals. You get the least help. In any serious breakdown, you're expendable. Rural isn't automatically safe. It's just less crowded. Without relationships and preparation, still D tier. Now C tier. Standard suburban home. This is where it starts to get interesting. Regular house, small yard, some storage, some options. Still fragile, but at least you have something to work with. Water first. You might have a rooftop tank, maybe 500 to 2,000 liters. At 3 liters per person per day, 1,000 liters is about 333 person days of drinking water. Sounds like a lot, until you add cooking, cleaning, basic hygiene. Normal daily use can hit 50 to 100 liters per person. In a crisis, you'll have to cut that brutally. If you set up rainwater harvesting, now you're leveling up. Basic math, 100 square meters of roof, 10 millimeters of rain. That's about 1,000 liters of water. If you can store it and filter it, that's a system. Food. If you have a garden, you can grow some calories. But remember, plants are slow. Emotions are fast. You can't rely on a brand new garden to feed you in the first 3 to 6 months, unless you already have seeds. Know what grows in your climate. Have decent soil. Most suburban homes are calorie graveyards. Fridges full of junk, cupboards with random snacks. No bulk staples. The difference between C tier and B tier suburban? Planning, dry bulk foods. Rotation, basic nutrition understanding. Security angle, detached home, multiple doors, ground level windows. People say, I'll just get a weapon. That's the lazy fantasy. Security is mostly deterrence and preparation. Solid doors, decent locks, controlled access points, clear visibility. A dog that barks. You are not gearing up to fight a mob. You're trying to look like a harder target than your neighbors. That's C tier. Potential, but not yet serious. B tier. Properly set up rural home or farmhouse. This is where base stops being a fantasy and starts looking real. A good B tier base has reliable water, some food production, wood or other fuel, low population density, and infrastructure you understand. Best case, gravity-fed spring or well. No electricity required, or at least a manual backup. You still filter it. You still boil it. Boiling is simple microbiology. At around 100 degrees Celsius, proteins and bacteria and parasites break down. A rolling boil for a few minutes dramatically cuts pathogens. Add filtration, add chlorine. Now you're stacking safety. This is where you actually grow part of your food. Grains, root crops, vegetables, maybe small animals. Chickens, goats. Eggs are calorie and nutrient dense. Chickens turn scraps and feed into protein. 6 to 10 hens can give you around 4 to 7 eggs a day. That's a few hundred calories. A big nutritional boost. You still need staple carbs, rice, wheat, potatoes. That needs land and time. Maybe you have wood for heat and cooking. Maybe a small solar setup. A 300-watt panel in good sun might give you 1 to 1.5 kilowatt hours a day. Enough for lights, phones, radios, maybe a fan. Not enough to keep your old lifestyle running. Security and psychology. Lower population density means fewer immediate threats, but also fewer people to help. You want good visibility around the house. Clear lines of fire if things go bad. Fences, maybe some lighting. Psychologically, isolation cuts both ways. Less chaos, more loneliness, higher risk of dumb decisions, because no one's there to call you out. B tier only works if you already live there. You already know the land. You're already connected locally. You do not teleport into B tier mid-panic. A tier, small, fortified, prep community. Everyone loves the lone wolf fantasy. Biology disagrees. Humans are a social species. We survive because of division of labor, shared defense, and cooperation. An A-tier base is not just a building. It's a network of people. Ideally, it should have 5 to 20 households, shared water systems, shared food systems, agreed rules on security, a mix of skills. While everyone else is arguing in group chats, an A-tier group already knows who's on watch, who handles medical, who grows what, who manages tools. If you want to watch civilization collapse, break sanitation. Feces carry pathogens. Mix that with your drinking water. You get cholera, dysentery, typhoid, and friends. So in A-tier communities, keep toilets away from water sources. Build latrines downhill and at least 30 meters from wells. Cover waste with ash, lime, or soil. Manage gray water properly. This is not optional. It's the line between working community and everyone got sick. Have layered security. Fences, gates, choke points, rotating watches, radios. People are less likely to attack a group that looks organized, alert, and ready. Again, the goal is deterrence, not action movie firefights. Here's what nobody tells you. In crisis, people usually break mentally before they break physically. Hunger, lack of sleep, constant stress. That strips away the nice and exposes the animal. An A-tier base has routines, has roles, shares information. Without that, you get paranoia, infighting, and stupid decisions that spiral into disaster. Community is powerful, but also fragile. S-tier, the boring, low-profile resource fortress. The real S-tier base is not a glowing underground bunker with RGB lights. It's the place nobody notices. Looks average from the outside. Quiet. Forgettable. Inside. Systems. Water. Food. Energy. Security. Here's the S-tier checklist. Multiple water sources. Rain catchment. Well. Stored water. Physical filters. Boiling. Chlorine or equivalent. Modest solar array with batteries. Maybe a small generator with limited, well-stored fuel. Wood or biomass for cooking and heating. Months of dry staples. Rice. Lentils. Wheat. Oats. Salt. Oil. A functioning garden tuned to local climate. Some form of protein. Eggs. Fish. Small animals. Or well-preserved food. Either a decent septic system or a properly set up latrine. Waste separation. Composting. Gray water plan. Layered defenses that don't scream rich prepper. Dogs. Lights if possible. Clear lines of sight. No obvious flexing of gear. You're not alone. Family. Trusted friends. Neighbors you've actually spoken to. Maybe there's a doctor in the mix. Maybe a mechanic. Maybe a farmer. Battery or crank radio. Simple communication. Medical guides. Gardening books. Repair manuals. Why does S-tier work? Because it accepts the 3 big truths. Systems fail. Help might not come. People get ugly under stress. In crisis, people don't rise to the occasion. They fall to the level of their preparation and habits. S-tier people build those habits now, when life is still comfortable. Most people in disasters are not killed by the initial event. They're killed by second and third order effects, and by their own minds. Reality doesn't care how positive you are. Survivors act early. They build boring systems. Accept discomfort now to avoid catastrophe later. Casualties wait for certainty. Wait for instructions. Wait for rescue. Let's get practical. Here are real, numbered moves you can make. Step 1. Water for 30 days. Aim for at least 3 liters of drinking water per person per day. For 30 days, that's 90 liters per person. Family of 4. 360 liters. That's about 18 big 20-liter jerrycans. Store, label, and rotate. Add basic treatment. Unscented bleach with sodium hypochlorite. Use proper dosing guidelines. Around a couple of drops per liter of clear water. Wait around 30 minutes. No clean water, no survival. Step 2. Food for 60 to 90 days. You're building a calorie bank, not a gourmet kitchen. An adult needs around 2,000 calories per day. 60 days, that's 120,000 calories per person. 1 kilogram of rice is about 3,600 to 3,800 calories. 1 kilogram of lentils is about 3,200 to 3,400 calories. 1 liter of cooking oil is around 8,000 to 9,000 calories. Do the math. Buy slowly if money is tight. Store in cool, dark, dry places. Rotate and actually use what you store. Fats go rancid. Carbs last longer. Plan around that. Step 3. Heat and cooking. If your entire cooking setup depends on the grid, you are fragile. Have gas stove with extra cylinders, or a rocket stove or efficient biomass stove outside. Never burn fuel in a closed space without ventilation. Incomplete combustion creates carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide binds to your blood way better than oxygen does. You'll fall asleep, then die, in a room full of air. Step 4. Basic supplies. You don't need Netflix. You need LED flashlights or lanterns, rechargeable batteries, small solar charger or panel, a basic radio. Light reduces fear. Information reduces stupid decisions. Step 5. Medical basics. You are not doing TV-style surgery. You are cleaning wounds, preventing infection, managing pain, handling fever and diarrhea. Have antiseptics, bandages and gauze, tape, oral rehydration salts, basic painkillers, any prescriptions you rely on. Remember, diarrhea kills by dehydration. Fluids and electrolytes save more lives than heroics. Step 6. Security without Rambo fantasies. Before you dream about defending the house, do the boring stuff. Stronger doors, better locks, window bars where appropriate, motion lights if power allows, and talk to your neighbors. Security is mostly about being a harder target than the next house. Step 7. Skills over gear. Gear breaks. Skills stay. Focus on basic first aid, cooking from staple foods, growing at least one thing you can eat, basic repairs, reading a map. While everyone else is buying tactical junk, actual survivors are learning to make fire in the rain and fix leaks. Let's mock a few more fantasies before we wrap. I'll just loot a gun store. So will 500 other geniuses on day 1. Enjoy that crowd. I'll hunt for food. Wildlife isn't infinite. In real collapses, animals disappear quickly near human populations. You cannot all live off imaginary deer. I'll just head to the mountains. Or the beach. With what route? What water source? Which shelter? Somewhere else is not a plan. Here's what nobody tells you. The difference between survivors and casualties is rarely bravery. It's usually a spreadsheet, some math, and the boring decision to prepare last year. You will not jump from F tier to S tier in the middle of a crisis. You move one step at a time. Start with water, then calories, then energy, then security, then community. Every step you take now is one less decision you have to make when you're scared, tired, hungry, and surrounded by chaos. When things go bad, you will be one of two things: a survivor with systems, or a number in some report no one reads. While everyone else clicks away from this video, nods, and does nothing, you can join them, or you can quietly start building one water container, one bag of rice, one skill, one relationship at a time. Right now, your lifestyle is your tier. Your preparation decides your odds. It's your move. Tactical bear out.